Y'all know I love to always make sure that this mic is on and working. Okay. Hi, Sagittarius. What's up? Here to do a quick little wham bam thank you ma'am for you just to get some collective messages out. Like, share, subscribe. Check down below in the description box. All of that good jazz. I hope life has been great with you. I think that's everything. Yeah. So while I was kind of shuffling and getting together, I already pulled an oracle card for you guys. I don't really use this book that often, so I like to pull these cards off camera so I can kind of get into the book and kind of read a little bit, save you guys some time of listening to me ramble and run my mouth. So yeah, let's kind of just go ahead and jump into it. The card that you guys got was the Nine of Air. Okay. And as I was briefly kind of reading through this oracle and what it all means, it seems like the overall theme for you guys, or the space that you're in right now, is about working on your mind. Okay, bottom of the deck card, you have the Seven of Fire. Not the Seven of Fire, excuse me, the Six of Fire. Which is about healing, about meditation. It's about being open minded. It's about being unbiased. It's about being willing to be like willing to meet people in the middle, right? So the overall theme being the Six of Fire, it seems like right now in this space, healing, meditation, and the word mediation is coming to me right now. Um, there could be some situations in the works, and where that applies, you could be maybe having a limited perspective on whatever this is. For some of you, this doesn't necessarily have to be with anyone else. This could just be, maybe you want to do stuff, maybe you're trying to expand in some capacity, and maybe you're really really challenged by your limiting beliefs. Okay. Whatever that could be, however that could be, however that applies to you. Okay, maybe there's something you want to do within yourself that's causing limited beliefs. Maybe you're trying to really achieve something and it's causing some limited beliefs. Maybe you're in conflict with somebody and you're not really seeing eye to eye right now, but someone's having a limited belief. The nine of excuse me, the Six of Fire can also be a card about two people who might be in conflict. As you can see, right, they both have swords, right? Two people who are in conflict, but no one wants to really bend and meet the other person halfway, right? How many times, and as a Sagittarius woman, I know that at least every Sagittarius, or just about every Sagittarius, can vouch. How many times have you been in conflict with somebody or been at odds with somebody about anything, and you just refuse to hear them out? You just refuse to see their perspective. You refuse to understand their perspective. You feel like your way is the best way, your way is the highway, and you don't even want to listen to what somebody else could maybe be thinking or feeling about it, because how you feel is how you feel, and you're right and they're wrong. Like, that is very limited. That's actually very unhelpful. Like, you'd actually hinder the connection more than you could help your connection by not wanting to meet people halfway. Sagittarius, I think this is a good time right now to really not only think about your limited beliefs, but to also understand self awareness, how these limited beliefs help or hinder you. Okay. How you can be more open to life's possibilities. Okay, the key words in this Nine of Air card, the key phrases anyway, says open to possibility, belief creates, all that exists was first imagined, know thyself and thy universe, what dwells within you dwells within nature, you were born to create, imagine your fears away. This is a card basically to say that the sky is the limit. So for right now, it's given, for some of you, you might actually be balancing or feeling challenged by some of your thoughts, some of your limited beliefs, and it could be very hard for you to imagine anything better because you are so limited by your thoughts and beliefs. This can also help in romantic connections, right? I know I can have this real bad too, where sometimes I can get in connections and I get so consumed by what I don't like, to where I can write something off and immediately have like a limited perspective about something, because I'm thinking about all of the things I don't like, or all of the things where I'm seeing that it won't work. But I don't think about all of the things that it could work, right? It's like going out for a job. Yeah, they could not hire you. Yeah, that's an easy way to think about it. But they could also hire you. Right? They could also take a chance on you. They could also want to hire you. It doesn't matter that you don't have the experience. It doesn't matter that you don't have this type of background or whatever type of accolades for the job. You could still get it, right? Everything that is something was at one point first imagined. Think about the iPhone. What that nigga named Steve Jobs. But what if Steve Jobs felt like ain't nobody gonna buy this shit? I'm wasting my time. People gonna laugh at me. People still like the Motorola Razor. What they gonna do with this iPhone? People are not gonna buy this. But what if he convinced himself and listened to his limited beliefs of feeling like this is dumb? No one's gonna buy this. No one's gonna take into this. No one's gonna enjoy my product. We wouldn't have it. But iPhone has been iPhone for as long as we can remember. And they still giving us new shit. Still giving us new phones. Still giving us new gadgets every motherfucking year. So this is a good time to not only think about how you're limited in your belief system, thinking about how this limited belief is bringing conflict in your life, right? With this six of fire, because this six of fire is about healing, about mediation, negotiation, arbitrary support, right? The key phrases here say don't be stubborn, understand your rights, know the facts, there's two sides to every disagreement, resolution is needed, communication is required, willing to make concessions, and being open-minded. Sometimes the conflict don't even have to be with another person, Sagittarius. Sometimes the conflict can just be with yourself. So are you at odds with yourself? What are you at conflict about within your own self? How are you imagining the unimaginable? How are you understanding or reminding yourself that the possibilities are endless? It could be left, it could be right, it could be up, it could be down, it could be black, it could be white. And sometimes, in very rare occasions, there can also be a mysterious third thing that you probably haven't even considered. So if this is resonating, Sagittarius, I feel like as of right now, your collective message is about making sure you're checking your own thought process. Okay. How are you limiting your thought process? How are you standing in your own way? How are you causing conflicts within your own self? How are you having conflicts with other people, but you can't even come to a peaceful resolve because of your own limited possibilities or your own limited ways of thinking? Maybe you feel like you can't make up with a motherfucker because of X, Y, and Z. Maybe y'all do want to make up, but see, you so stuck in your ways and how you feel, and they so stuck in their ways and how they feel, to where no one's coming to a peaceful resolve. I saw a quote the other day on Instagram that said, healthy relationships aren't without conflict, but they are rich in resolution. They are rich in problem solving. They are rich in getting to a peaceful resolve. You're going to have conflict with people that you love. You're going to have conflict with the people that you don't love. You're going to have conflict with people that you know. You're going to have conflict and issues with people that you don't know. But the issue isn't clashing and having conflict. If the issue to you is clashing and having conflict, I would probably assume you're probably too young to be trying to date or be in a relationship, or probably too emotionally immature to try to be in a committed connection with anybody or make any serious friendships anyway. If you feel like, oh, this isn't going to work because we're at conflict. Maybe that's for some of you, maybe that's the mindset. Oh, me and this person fighting. Oh, this friendship ain't going to work because me and this bitch had an argument the other day. Me and my homeboy had an argument the other day. Me and this relationship, me and this person are connecting. This not gonna work because we just always fighting. Okay, but the fighting ain't the problem. But it's how well both of you are getting to the other side to make sure that you're having a peaceful resolve. Are you listening to each other? Are you understanding each other? Or are you talking at each other? I had one Sagittarius man that I used to deal with. We used to talk at each other all the time. In a weird kind of way, it still worked because we were both so passionate about sharing how we felt and what we didn't like, and being on opposing sides, to where it kind of somehow allowed us to kind of have a sense of understanding, despite the fact of like we having conflict. But we used to talk at each other, and that's one thing that I really can't stand. You really will never find a peaceful resolve if you talking at each other. I'm screaming at you, you screaming at me. I'm talking to you about how I feel. You talking to me about how you feel. We talking at the same time over each other. No one is listening to anything anyone is saying. But maybe to you, again, for somebody watching, maybe that's the issue. If you cross watching for a Sagittarius, maybe that's the issue. Whereas like someone is very limited in their thoughts and beliefs. Someone is kind of stifling their own healing because of that, because you feel like the possibilities aren't endless. Maybe you're at conflict with somebody and you want to make up, but see, you have a limited perspective about if they want to make up with you or how to make up. Just saying. Give me a couple of cards on let's jump here. Give me a couple of cards for my Sagittarius collective. Also, don't mind my head because I'm getting my hair done tomorrow. But I needed to get this out today. Give me some energy for my Sagittarius collective. What do they need to know right now at this time? Anybody cross watching for a Sagittarius? Yeah, expectations. Right? So again, for some of you, that could be the limited way of thinking. For others of you, like I said, take it for how it resonate. If maybe you want to make up with somebody and you kind of have some different expectations. But again, if the card that landed on the deck floor is the Nine of Air, and Nine of Air is about possibilities being endless and believing in the infinite possibilities, regardless of if you're at conflict with another motherfucker or if you're at conflict within yourself, this is a good time for self-awareness when it comes to asking yourself, what do you expect? If you want to make up with somebody, you're in conflict with somebody you love, a friend, a loved one, a coworker, a boss, a parent, a child. Think about the self-awareness. How do you expect for them to show up? How do you expect for them to act? Is that an alignment with a limited belief? Like, I'm even hearing, I want to apologize, but they probably don't want to hear it. Or they probably wouldn't believe it. Or they probably wouldn't forgive me. Or they probably wouldn't accept my apology. And it's like, is that a fact? Or is that a limited perspective that's keeping you stifled? Maybe you're in conflict with yourself. And you feel like there's some expectations you have of yourself. And now it's kind of allowing some conflict on the inside because you feel like what I expect of myself or what I expected my life to be right now isn't what it is. This is a good time to have self-awareness of, well, what did you expect? And how do you feel limited in that? If you feel like, oh, I should be here, life should be like this. Why should it be like that? Why aren't you why do you not feel like you're exactly where you need to be right now? What did you expect for your life to be like? And most importantly, 28 at the top of this, reducing down to a 10. How can you release these expectations? I feel like Sagittarius is a big thing to really think about too right now. Not only is like your mental space, your limited beliefs, understanding that possibilities are endless. It's like considering the endless field of possibilities, the field of pure potential. Everything that is built and that is in reality was first thought of. The iPhone, Chanel, Louis Vuitton, houses, all of that shit. You got to imagine it first. And then you have to kind of believe that you can imagine. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what are you expecting out of yourself? How are you releasing these expectations, though? How are you releasing this feeling of feeling like I didn't expect for my life to go like this, or I didn't expect for my relationship to run like this? How are you releasing the feeling of feeling like, well, I want to come in and apologize to so and so and so and so, but they not gonna care. They not gonna want to talk to me. They not gonna reciprocate. They not gonna, right? This is a good time to really make sure you're thinking about that. Releasing expectations. Yeah. Journey card, another 10. So yeah, Sagittarius 1010 could be something you've been seeing as of lately. And where that applies, this is a time to really think about how you're releasing certain expectations of yourself, of other people, releasing whatever you expect to happen that's keeping you stifled, that's keeping you small, that's keeping you silent, that's keeping you stuck and trapped, and really understanding that life is a journey. I love this card because you can kind of see his bags at the bottom of the ladder. You can see he's about to board this train, or he just got off of it. And trust me, as someone who just took the train as of recently, that shit is a journey. That shit take a minute. Like, you really just gazing out the window. Like, it ain't like a plane where you get there in 2 hours. This, like, you really just taking time. But it's like, how can you embrace the journey is what this is giving me. And stop thinking so hard about it. I think I can resonate with this too a little bit. I have a situation kind of going on in my life where I told myself, okay, I'm gonna stop thinking so hard about it, and I'm gonna just enjoy the journey. I don't know all the answers. I can't checkmate everything. I can't psychoanalyze everything. I can't always expect certain stuff, and then where I expect to happen don't always happen. You kind of just have to learn the art of detachment and just understanding that things are gonna roll and unfold the way it's gonna roll and unfold. So you either finna board the train or you not. Regardless, the train is about to leave the station. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, again, if it's conflict, how are you just enjoying the journey? Don't think so much about, like, even if you cross watching and somebody's thinking about, oh well, I want to really apologize to the person watching. Maybe this is their energy and they feel like, well, I expect that person watching isn't gonna want to hear my apology. Okay, but they might. You really just gotta go with the journey and just see how it unfolds. But again, if you're thinking so much about it, you kind of stifle your own self mentally. You kind of keep your own self stuck. You kind of keep yourself in your own internal conflict. You keep yourself in your own external conflict with people that you love. Yeah, message of concern. So for some of you, this is definitely someone who wants to reach out or will be reaching out. There is some level of concern here. Give me one more card on top of message of concern. What is the concern? Poverty. Yeah, that somebody is not going to be interested. So there's a big energy of that. If again, where this isn't romantic, and you guys have three tens. We, as Sagittarius placements, have three tens. 37 at the top of the poverty card, reducing down to 10. You have a 10 here on this journey card, and you have 28 reducing down to a 10 here, this expectation card. So this is definitely about something you need to release, Sagittarius. The collective messages for right now, for those of you where this isn't like romantic, you have a lot of worries and a lot of fears and a lot of anxieties and shit, and it's like you're being asked to really release them. It's like you too concerned. You know what I'm saying? 14 reducing down to a 5. For those of you where this isn't like romantic or anything, or maybe it is and it's just a culmination of different shit, you need to release feeling so concerned about everything. Just enjoy the journey, just enjoy the ride, just enjoy the vibe. You way too in your head, you way too analytical. This is the time to really think about some stuff, understand yourself. You know what I'm saying? Understand the universe around you. Also, I think that was a key here in this book, where it was just like, not only do you need to learn yourself, but you learn the universal flow. Understanding what universal consciousness is. Understanding that everything unfolds and everything unravels and everything happens exactly the way it should in the moment that it should. But when you're so super concerned that, you know what I'm saying, that this gonna happen or that's gonna happen, for some of you, it's like you drain yourself, you rob yourself, you make yourself spiritually poor, is what I'm hearing. For others of you where this is like more so about romance or someone who is a person of interest, it's like there's a level of concern. You or somebody might want to say something to you, but you're very stuck in your head, Sagittarius. If this is you and you want to say something, it's like you limiting yourself mentally. It's like you thinking about all the shit that could go wrong, but you're not thinking about all the shit that could go right. What if I don't get the job? What if they tell me go fuck myself? What if they tell me they never want to hear from me again? What if they tell me they hate me? What if I try to soothe over the argument and now it escalates into an even bigger argument? It's like, and what if everything works out the way it should? You know what I'm saying? Like, and what if everything works out exactly the way that it's supposed to work out? Then what? But you're thinking way too much about it. You're thinking way too hard about it, and it's causing some conflict. And this is in a weird way, I feel like, Sagittarius too, everything that's happening is meant for healing, but it's like it's not coming together as healing. It's almost like having the adverse effect. Be careful of making sure that these things don't have the adverse effect. You're supposed to push through it. Like, I'm seeing you kind of punch through something, like push through, punch through, like bust through the door. But it's like, instead of taking off and like being bold and allowing it to fuel you to kind of get to the other side of the fear, it's like you bracing for impact. Is kind of what this feel like. You thinking way too hard about it. You being way too doubtful about it. You being too analytical about it. Now, I said that was something I kind of just had to tell myself about it too. Where the other day I had to kind of catch myself. Where it's like, okay, I've been repeating myself and saying the same shit and my, you know what I'm saying, getting all my blood pressure and shit all worked up. I'm not about to keep repeating myself. I'm not about to keep raising my blood pressure up. What I'm gonna do is just think less about what I think is going on and in the background noise of it, and I'm just gonna take shit for face value. I'm gonna see how people show up, and we just gonna go from there. Message card down at the bottom of the deck, Sagittarius. I do feel like there is someone you can be expecting a message from, and for some of you, for most of you, it will cause a level of concern for you. It'll make you want to clutch your pearls, and this feels like someone or something that you left out in the cold. Okay, but where that applies, bottom of the deck card where we have the what was it, the six of fire, and that is about healing. Like I said, meditation, mediation, arbitrary, meeting people in the middle. For those of you where you are about to get a message from somebody and maybe they are spiritually poor, maybe this is someone who drained you with this poverty card, really took you through the ringer and shit, and now you didn't let them go, you didn't elevated, you didn't moved up, and you didn't got happy, and you know what I'm saying, kind of went on about your journey, and now they kind of coming back. This is kind of given, and I feel like this is very on brand for Sagittarius, is right, making sure you hear them out. Because one thing about us, we can be so nice, so loving, so sweet, and all hair, peace, love, hair grease to the Middle East, and all of the other good shit. But as soon as you piss us off, we give you our ass to kiss. You're dead to us, and at that point, people really can't get through to us. You know what I'm saying? You want to talk about conflict and not really hearing a person and meeting them in the middle. Yeah, Sagittarius will say, fuck all of that shit. I'm not interested in meeting. No, where was you motherfuckers when I was trying to meet motherfuckers in the middle? Says Sagittarius. But there feels like there's someone coming back too. Um, this is a good time to really just listen, Sagittarius. I feel like this is a good time, and it might not come how you expect. Okay, so be open minded. The conversation might not go how you expect. This might not be somebody that you expect. All of these tens, I feel like this is definitely someone from the past. So this does not feel like anyone new. Out my head. This does not feel like anyone new, but it does feel like if you're not careful, you're not really gonna hear them out. Now, whether you give a fuck, Sagittarius, is your business, right? Because knowing us as well as I know us, it is very pro us to say I don't give a fuck and I don't care. Because again, after we stop caring, we genuinely stop caring. But I do feel like there might be something here that could benefit you. So there is like this energy of like, don't be closed minded. Um, I'm hearing don't be argumentative. Like really try to understand and hear this person. And ideally they should also be doing the same to you. So if you know that you're that type of person and you like, yeah, I don't have a problem with listening and being understanding, cool. Make sure that people are also extending that same level of fucking grace to you. Don't be out here trying to be overly considerate and listening and oh yeah, I understand, because Sagittarius, we could be real big hearted, right? But make sure that these same people are listening to you. They need to be understanding you. They need to also be releasing their expectations of how you're going to show up or what you'll say. And they need to just hear you with true open heart energy the same way you need to do them. If there is any tension between you and somebody, it's about to get cleared out. Give me some clarifications for what my Sagittarius people needs to know. Oh yeah, 22 minutes. Give me some clarification for what my Sagittarius people need to know. Yeah, High Priestess and Justice, first card out. So I do feel like Sagittarius, there's definitely someone coming back. Okay, I know I said I kind of got that expectation, journey, message of concern. Message was down at the bottom of the deck. So this is definitely someone that you've left out in the cold, or that you feel left out in the cold by. I do feel like they will kind of be reaching out to you for some reason. It is very important for you to understand yourself and your own mental process. I would even go a step further to say, for some of you, if you want to rekindle with this person, again, the possibilities are endless. If I could get the card off the table. The possibilities are endless. Okay? So you don't have to stifle yourself or block yourself or, you know what I'm saying, guard yourself. Anything can happen. Your mind is so powerful. You can imagine it and it can be in your reality. You just have to imagine it. Okay? But High Priestess is here also. Don't just be being foolish. Like I said, use your discernment and use your intuition. What do these people want? Are they genuinely here to conflict resolution? If you know what I'm saying, if this is your own internal conflict, if you watching this and you feel like I'm in an internal conflict with my own self, use your intuition. Silence your mind. Really go into your heart space. Really go into your gut. Really get balanced within and really ask yourself and think about what it is that you need to be doing. Maybe you're at conflict with this person coming back. Maybe there's someone coming back and now you at conflict and you like, well, I don't know if I want to or if I don't want to. You'll never know until you like get into your discernment and your intuition. Weigh up pros and cons. This is my card in this deck of my pros and cons card. You see how she got a circle in one and a scribe piece of paper in the other one. This feels like I'm weighing up what I want to do. But for some of you, and intuitively, you might already notice and pick this up. This feels like someone wanting to come back and reconcile. Again, this could be a friend. This could be a ex-partner, ex-lover, or anything like that. But this feels like something you don't expect or something you don't really see. Yeah, Four Swords fell on this Nine of Air card. my Four of Swords fell here. So like I said, I feel like there's a double emphasis on before anything happens, you need to definitely make sure that you're thinking about the possibilities. Okay, the possibilities are endless, but they can go either motherfucking way. Just like I said, you can go to the job application, the job interview, no resume, no experience, no nothing, and you can still get the job. The possibilities are endless. Just like you can bend over backwards quadruple times in 50 days and 50 nights, and the motherfucker will still treat you like trash. The answer will still be no. They still don't want to be with you. They still don't want to give you the job. You can beg and plead all you want to. This is a time to really up your meditation, Sagittarius. If you have not been meditating, this is a great time to get back to it. You have like 3 cards of meditation here. So this is a time also to really start meditating. Really start thinking about your options, thinking about what you want to do. And really asking yourself and getting self-aware when it comes to your mental health. Are you thinking positively? The way you think, your intrusive thoughts, the way your inner dialogue is set up. Is it empowering you? Is it hurting you? Is it motivating you? Or is it kicking you while you're down? Like, these are the things to think about. It will take a lot of strength for some of you, regardless of what pole you on. Maybe you don't want to be with somebody no more, and your journey is continuing elsewhere. It's going to take a lot of strength for you to really close that. Maybe this ain't even about that, and maybe you just have a lot of opportunities in business contracts and business meetings and shit coming up, and it's gonna take you a lot of shit also to really a lot of strength and things also to really push yourself out of that. Maybe for some of you, you have a lot of business contracts and stuff coming up, and you don't trust it, and now you feel like, oh, I'm concerned. People are messaging me and emailing me, and they want me to come here and do this and do that, but you worked really hard for it. Why are you making conflict within your own self about what you work really hard for? Okay. Moral of the story seems like, yeah, star card down at the bottom of the deck. Moral of the story is, whatever you want to happen, Sagittarius, whatever you feel like should happen, Sagittarius, whatever you're hoping to happen, Sagittarius, you the one standing in your way, is what this sounds like. And it's really just rooted in limited thinking, a limited perspective, feeling like the possibilities aren't endless. You know what I'm saying? You imagine all of this great, juicy, wonderful shit for yourself, and then get to telling yourself it'll never happen for you. These are the things that's standing in your way. These are the things that's causing conflict. And for some of you, it's causing conflict in your relationship. A lot of you, this is about your relationship, and more specifically, a past relationship. And I'm even kind of picking up where this is a past relationship. A lot of you with this limited perspective is feeling like you're not going to find that person again. Whoever that resonates for. Somebody feels like you're not going to find this person again. So when they come back, if they come back, you might feel very tempted to stick it out, because you might feel like, well, I'll never find anyone who feels like this again. I'll never have anybody, despite all the conflicts and the hangups, who will make me feel like this. And that's not true. For some of you, it's going to take a lot of strength to stay separated. And for some of you, it's going to take a lot of strength to not separate yourself. It just depends on what side of this totem pole you on. But faith is definitely going to be the name of the game. Things are moving forward with or without you. This train is leaving the station, Sagittarius. You either going to face your fears, drop your nuts, and you're going to get on this train and see where life takes you, see where the choices and the chances and the possibilities and the opportunities take you, or you gonna stand on the sideline with your bags and watch the train leave the station as you wave and shit and stay the same. The choice is yours. I see Libra, I see Leo, I see Aquarius here very, very prominent. Okay, thank y'all again so much for checking out my channel. I really appreciate it. If you got this far, like, share, subscribe. Leave me some comments if this resonated. Trying to expand and grow our family over here. Again, don't mind my head. I'm getting my hair done tomorrow, so you know what I'm saying, not too much on me. I have to actually do my hair. I like wash my hair tonight for tomorrow. But anyway, love, peace, hair grease, and I'll see you over on the next video. Bye.